Good afternoon, everybody. DJ Styles back here at Custom Corpses. Okay, I thickened up some silicone, and I got to move fast because I made it pretty thick, and I really want a thick base on this. And this is, as you can see, I can touch that now, and it's not real sticky. So I'm going to cut this away. Cut this away. Take them out of here. Take all the runs out. All right. I got to get up underneath of this thing here because let's get this guy out of the way for a sec. Okay, good enough for what I need. Back to siliconing. All right, now with the trowel, you want to definitely trowel this in because it is very thick. We are trying to get it up inside of this really good in the back of the head first. This stuff's as thick as peanut butter now. I put the Thivax in it to thicken it. I'll mix it just a little bit more. Mix it just a little bit more. There we go. Now I'm happy. All right, we got to get into these deep cuts. Now, yeah, I use the pigment to make it blood color so I can make sure that I cover everything really good. I'm working on the sides and the back. I'm working my way forward. This is going to be very, very thick. Now I have to get up inside here really good. I'm probably going to have to use a 2-inch brush to get up inside of there once I get this shoved in there really good, all this silicone into the mouth. I'm going to get it all inside of there real good first. Pile in some silicone in here. then we're going to use the you hear that? You don't want any air pockets. I'm going to do the same thing with that nose, real good. Get up inside of there real good. That was right up against that jawbone. I've got plenty of silicone here. Just want to get some up on top of the head. Get it down into the crevices. Used up what I had left. I didn't have enough to do anything else. So I'm making a nice thick mold that will last a long time. All right, I got to get that silicone up in here real good. To make this extremely thick to make it so it doesn't forgot to put my gloves on. It's all right, I'm troweling anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Now I'm going to get up inside that mouth real good with the brush. Back of his head more. See how thick and nice and thick that is? That's like peanut butter. This is a pretty thick mold that I'm making here. But it'll last a long time. And we'll get a lot of pulls out of this. You don't have to make it this thick. But I don't know. I didn't have enough silicone to do another project. So, with that being said, I might as well use up what I got and put it on this mold. Now I'll make sure there's no orange showing through. Now, I need my little chip brush. I need one little chip brush to really get up inside of that mouth area, up underneath the teeth. I really want to push up in there real good. Yeah, ooh. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. All right, let's smooth this out a little bit now. Nice thick mold. That's what we want. The rest of this can go to heck. Let me see. Try to get the rest of this out of here, because there's still quite a bit. Nice. Don't let that side of the bucket touch you. All right, that's pretty much it out of that bucket. Where can I fill a void? Right in here. Okay, that's done. Let me use the chip brush now for this smoothing out. When I say smoothing out, it's not real smooth. And now we're going to put the register keys in. All right. So that's that. And we're going to take these keys out of here. Now that they're, ooh. Are they going to come out? Damn, they stuck to this thing. I thought they would come out of there a lot easier. That's all right. We'll make it work. I don't care how ugly they look. They're only there for one purpose, and you'll see. All right. They're not going to be, they're kind of useless. I should have sprayed this with, now I know. I didn't release this. Well, they're no good. Well, they're good enough for what I need it for. Just a little bubble on the side will allow me good enough. All right, now I know I sprayed this, so this better work. This stuff didn't cure very well. We're going to find out in a minute. Yeah, see, this was sprayed. All right. Now, that's sticky still, so. Okay, I see what's going on here. Get out the way. This is the dividing line. Okay. Now, this will set up a little bit. And then what we'll do is I'm going to come back with soapy hands and soapy water. Soapy water, soapy hands, that kind of thing. And smooth it out. It's going to take a while to cure, though. I might even let this go for several hours, to tell you the truth. I want this firm. Very firm before I do the hard shell. Now I'm going to make the hard shell out of just regular stone. I'm not going to do plastic or anything like that. But I got to let this firm up a little bit longer. Let this cure. Then it's got to be cured quite a bit for this to So I can, because I made this so thick, it's going to take longer to cure, which is okay. It's just going to be a better mold. And these keys will work. It just plants, it makes it so, you know, the shell has something to, it'll get behind that just a little bit, which is perfect. Same with this side here. It was too much up top, but the shell will split in half. When I take the two pieces of stone, I just pop them across. I cut a ridge once this is nice and firm all across the center of this. All right, cut a ridge, and then I cut a little knife in here, and then I put some, like, something in there, cards or whatever. I got playing cards I can stick in there, and then create a wall. It'll be a two-part mold. It'll be two parts. You know, once one side hardens, then I can take the cards out and then just put the other side right up against it. But that's how we're going to do it. Ain't that cool? I think. What do you guys think? You guys, are you digging? This is how we're going to make foam skulls. And this will probably produce quite a few foam skulls, no doubt. No doubt at all. It's a good high quality silicone. The silicone's it's soft. You know what? I need paper towels. I need paper towels. Whoa. Give me a second here. I'm probably going to use, I'm cleaning my hands and stuff. I'm probably going to use, what do they call it? Dawn dishwashing soap. You just put a couple drops, not a lot of soap. You just use a couple drops of soap, all right, into a bucket of water, warm water. Once this cures up enough to where it's starting to get, you know, it can't be this sticky. You have to wait a few more minutes. And then I can smooth it out. As a matter of fact, I'll go prepare the bucket of water. Yeah, let me do that because I think I can do it now. If I remember correctly, I can. Let me just go get a bucket of water. I have the water over here. I just got to clean the bucket out. And I'll be right back. I'm trying to remember correctly. Yeah, with the silicone, what's interesting about the silicone is when your hands are nice and soapy. I've got some soapy water here, as you can see. Soapy, soapy, soapy water. And we're just going to take my hand, make sure it's good and wet. And we're just going to pat it. Just get those sharp edges down. I don't want to drown this. In other words, I don't want my hands I don't want to cover this thing in soap. I need to sit down and do this. It just makes it a smoother surface to work from. Makes it easier for molding. See, the silicone won't stick to my hands with the soap on it. And all I'm doing is just pressing it into get rid of those vicious undercuts. It firms up a little more. I can even do more to it. See the difference in what one side looks like versus the other? See? That's just making my hands wet with a little bit of soapy water. The minute the soap kind of runs off though. Oops, see, my thumb didn't have any soapy water on it. Good with that side. Let's try this side. Just makes it a little easier when the rock is on there, because then the rock will come off of this thing real easy. Yeah, I can start to feel like it's firming up a little bit. It's going to take a while. This will be sitting here for a couple hours before this is firm. I won't probably demold this till late tonight. That's only after I make the hard shell. I got to make the hard shell first. Okay. A little bit more work over here. Make it prettier. Little tricks to the trade when you're dealing with silicones, and I wouldn't recommend. I've seen people use it and say it works okay, but using the silicone caulk and stuff like that, no way. Not for stuff like this. You got to have professional silicones. Just a heads up. I got the hiccups. Terrible. Ah. Bucket of water. Just don't want any holes where the stone gets up inside of it and then peels. It can cause a tear, believe it or not. You can get a tear in your silicone if the stone really has a surface to grab to. So the smoother you can make your silicone, the better off you're going to be. That looks pretty good. That's good enough. You know what? And if you can't tell, these are the ears on each side. This is the face. And that's the back of the head. But we got ourselves, now this area here is a little thin with silicone. I guess I forgot to put more in there. I don't know. It doesn't have to be more than a ½ inch thick. Your silicone only needs to be about a ½ inch thick. Doesn't need to be that thick. And once the hard shell's on there, the silicone can't move no matter what. So what happens is once you have the hard shell and you have this the hard shell, this is sitting inside the hard shell, and you got that empty cavity in there, and then you just fill that up with foam, and then when the foam expands, this hard shell keeps this from blowing out, keeps it from going anywhere, and it keeps your mold from distorting, which it can do very easily. Damn it. Keep forgetting. Gotta put. I used cold water instead. All right, time to stop messing with it. There we go, we're finished. Now I just gotta let it cure. Let it cure, and then I'll be back on the next video when I go to demold this. So that should be fun. Yeah, I'm blowing on it. I did it again. I'm blowing on it. As Alan Hops would say, how do you test a heat gun? He puts his hand in front of it. No, that's not what you do. And he knows that. He says it over and over all the time. Every time he turns on the heat gun, he does this over his hand. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess you got to know whether or not it's really blowing heat. But man, that stuff's hot. Anyway, that heat gun's not like a hairdryer. It definitely blows off some serious heat. But anyway, this is it, guys. This is the siliconed ready for the hard shell. And we will be able to make foam skulls in this when this is done. And you guys are going to love it, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be really cool. You'll enjoy I think you'll really like what you see when this is all said and done. Now this little piece here that I bent down, I'm just going to cut that right off, right at the neck, and then just take that piece out of there. So yeah, this is the siliconed. Man, I'm sorry I didn't put my gloves on. Just trying to get some of the stuff off my pants. But I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited. Because we're going to have a really nice, we'll be able to make some nice skulls. And you guys will be able to buy them on my website. I have to figure out, they're not going to be expensive, you know. Somebody asked me if I would make them a mold. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. Unless you buy all the materials and you pay me for my time. The silicone that I used is probably, well, it'd cost you about $500 for me to make a mold for you. So, yes, it's very expensive making molds because the silicone costs a lot of money. Well, right now, I can tell you right now, I got more than one thing out of it. I was able to mold 2 of the masks, or 2 of the sculptures that I did, plus this, out of the 1 gallon, but I only buy it in 1 gallon portions. But the 1 gallon portion is about $500. So if you guys want a silicone mold, you pay for that. We pay for that material and call it even. My profit is the fact that I'll have more silicone. So I like to buy larger quantities of silicone. I don't like to, just in case you have to do more. So you have to do more things, which is great. You know, I can always add to it. Yes, sir. So this is it. This is all she wrote. All right, guys. I will see you on the next video. Hit the like, please, if you love the content. Remember to subscribe and share my content, please. Let people know. I'm close to, oh my God, yeah, get this, guys. I'm only 100 people away. I might even be further along now to be monetized. I'll have 1,000 subscribers soon. I think I'm at 900 and change, maybe more. But please hit the like, subscribe if you like the content. I will always do stuff like this, and you know, I experiment. I've never done this before with like this kind of, you know, skull. So first time's always a pleasure, and or it could be a nightmare depending on how it turns out. We will find that out, won't we? All right, peace everybody, and I will see you on the next video.